Okay, so when we look at glomerular filtration rate, glomerular so GFR. So if we look at it, so if we put GFR over here and compare it to mean arterial pressure. And mean arterial pressure, put between 180 and 180. So between 80 and 180 as the mean arterial pressure, glomerular filtration rate stays at that 180. So no matter what happens between what your pressure ranging from 80 to 180 up and down or whatever, glomerular filtration rate stays the same. It's able to be maintained. Okay? Below 80, GFR goes down. Above 180, GFR goes up. Okay? But here, between 80 and 180, there is no change. Okay, so how does this happen? How does the body maintain this? Okay, well, the most immediate reaction from the body is something called the myogenic reflex. Well, I can't spell at all. The myogenic reflex. So if you think myogenic, we're thinking muscle. So basically, this reflex, this myogenic reflex, is created by smooth muscle around the afferent arteriole. Okay, so if we look at the afferent arteriole, let's just kind of look at it this way. Let's just a piece of this vessel here. And the afferent arteriole, it's an arteriole, so it's going to have like little rings, it's going to be surrounded with little rings of smooth muscle. And within that smooth muscle are receptors. And these are sensory stretch receptors. So when that arteriole feels stretch, that will cause or stimulate the smooth muscle to contract. Okay, so if we have the stimulus, so our stimulus would be increased blood pressure. Increased blood pressure means more blood in here, flowing in here, and it's going to cause the walls to stretch out. So the increased blood pressure will make receptors, or the stretch will trigger the receptor to fire. Okay? When that happens, that receptor, so the stretch receptor, causes calcium channels to open. And when calcium is there, smooth muscle can contract, because calcium, you need calcium for muscular contractions. So the smooth muscle contracts. When that occurs, that is vasoconstriction. So the muscles contract, the lumen of the vessel of the afferent arteriole gets smaller, so less blood can enter the glomerulus. Okay, so this reflex occurs instantly. As soon as your blood pressure goes up and the afferent arteriole feels that stretch, those muscles are going to contract and you're going to have vasoconstriction of the afferent arteriole. Again, that's going to slow blood going into the glomerulus. So that means that pressure that occurs from the afferent arteriole is going to lessen. So that's going to decrease the amount of blood in there and the amount of filtration that can occur. So if increased blood pressure would increase GFR, letting less blood in there helps to keep it down, to keep it right here, to maintain that. Okay, now that's the instant way that this happens. Okay, there's another way that this happens, and it's going to involve the juxtaglomerular apparatus.